Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Dimash's Qaragym-Ai, which is a song written by one of his mentors who passed away this past year from COVID. From what I've gathered from the comments, this song's title translates into Apple of My Eye, and it was written by his mentor to celebrate the wedding of his daughter. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. I may have misread something somewhere, but I did look for translations for the lyrics online, and they weren't necessarily very strong. So if anybody has any really good translations for these lyrics, I would really appreciate them. And if you could put them into the comments, that would be awesome. But with that, I'm going to get started.
Qaragym-Ai, сұлулық осындай болады екен, бір басқа армансыз қонады екен, адамдар өмірге қонақ екен, жанымен бұл дүние шолақ екен.
Here is again Dimash doing one of his signature rhetorical moves, I'll call it. It's from his vocal toolkit. Always start a song softly so that it grows into something else, and that is actually true. He does start some songs off loudly and uses those dynamics, but in a lot of ways, when he's trying to draw you into a conversation, which is what he's doing here, he's drawing you into a scene, and he's really a master of this. If you watch Love is Like a Dream and other performances of his where he starts off really softly, one of the reasons that works so well in bringing us into his performance and to bringing out emotion in that performance is that that softness makes us pay attention. We are drawn into this internal dialogue that he's having on stage, and it's amazing. One other thing that I want to point out is when I was listening to the introduction, one of the cool things that I was listening for is the sound of the piano, that echoey sound, and the way that the chords were designed. In my mind, reminded me a lot of a Tchaikovsky piano concerto, and I'm sort of interested to see where that goes because I had some hints of Tchaikovsky and some hints of Chopin. And I had a friend who was just absolutely obsessed with Chopin 20 years ago, and another one of of my favorite moments in my lifetime was being able to see Tchaikovsky piano concerto live, and it was just breathtaking. And I turned into a puddle of goo afterwards. It was just unbelievable. But anyway, Dimash here is bringing all of that energy to us through this quietness, that there's a quiet energy that draws us into this scene, and from here it most likely will grow. So let's continue.
Qaragym-Ai, қиылып үзіліп қарадың-ай, қараған қандай сұлу Qaragym-Ai, еліктер осылай жасады екен, жолыңнан сені кім тосады екен, Ол тағдыр сені кімге қосады екен.
Now, one thing that when I went back to listen to Qaragym, I always mispronounce that. I apologize. Is his use of diction, his ability to really get the words out in a very precise manner and use them in a way that sort of chops. That's a very choppy delivery of it, and it's not a criticism. It's actually he's using it for effect, and that diction creates this pounding, this sort of stop start approach, a staccato, so to speak, in a way. And I noticed it back when I was rewatching his Karanilam um, performance and the video, and I love how he uses that to reinforce the message, to also then create a separate tempo to the music somehow. It's sort of interesting because it creates a separate beat within the measures, and it draws us in again, and it helps create that tension, that emotional tension for me. So please, again, this is going to be a lot of you having a response to my reaction, and please put in your comments below as you see, and as you respond yourself to what you see here.
Qaragym-Ai, қиялап үзіліп қарадың ай, қараған қандай сұлу жанарыңа.
So before Dimash starts here, one of the things that I know a couple of weeks ago or last week I did a Love of Tired Swans reaction where I chopped everything off before he went into his a cappella sing along with his people, um, and with the Deers. And again, here, this is just him. This is something that I've always wanted to really see him do, is just him alone with the piano doing a performance. And this is what I wanted to see with Love of Tired Swans, is I just wanted to see this because again, for that song, he could then very easily have that back and forth with the audience, and he would actually be able to hear them much more effectively than with 40 piece, well, not 40 piece, but with the large band that he has with him. And so this is what I would have liked to have seen Love of Tired Swans become, and that was my thought. But again, here's this great piano part. Again, I love listening to these types of grand pianos. I love listening to really just piano and voice just together. And I don't think I don't think I've actually heard him do a song with just piano. So again, if you have any other really just him and a piano performance, I would really love to see those, because I think it showcases his ability to use his voice, which he does always, but he does again with a band. He doesn't have anything else. So anyway, I really love this intimacy and this solitude, so to speak, that goes along with this particular arrangement of just him and a piano.
Qaragym-Ai, бұл өмір осылай өтеді екен. Сүймесең дүние бекер екен. Парақтап жинаған бір ғұмырым, сүйген күніңе Qaragım-ay, kıyalama sülüp qaradına. Qarağan qanday sulu жанарыңа. Qaragım-ay, kıyalama sülüp qaradına.
In this particular section here, one of the things I'm really drawn to is his ability to start off really loudly and then use the dynamics. And again, I can say this over and over again. I've talked about this in a lot of videos about how he'll create volume, he'll use volume to create the message to help reinforce the message. And again, he starts out louder and he's reinforcing the intensity of that with the loudness, and then he brings it back to sort of reinforce that. And again, if this is him giving his daughter away in the characters lyrics, then again it's this I don't want to let you go, but I have to sort of thing. And again, I don't have a good translation of the lyrics, so I don't know if that's really what's going on here. But again, if that's the story, it's that tension of letting somebody go, but yet still holding on to them, and that can be done in this particular way. And how he uses volume control is always important, and it's deliberate. And no matter what people say about Dimash, the fact of the matter is that when he makes choices, he makes them on purpose, and he goes all in at all times. And again, in this song, he's using those elements to help reinforce the message he's delivering to his audience. Let me go back a little bit.
жанарыңа. Qaragım-ay, kıyalama sülüp qaradına. Qarağan qanday sulu
So in again, this performance, he's doing a really great job of showing that the emotional connection between him and his mentor. He's this as a legacy piece is really strong. And again, if ever you've had anybody pay tribute to you or honor you in any way, it's always an amazing feeling. Um, and in this case, it's after death, but it still is a tribute, and we have to. It's always wonderful. And again, Dimash in this particular performance took the arrangement. I haven't heard this in its original format, or in its original form, or its original production, but again, this is just him and a piano celebrating somebody, and that is all that's necessary. And so I'm going to leave it at that. Um, Again, I talked through the performance. If you um, want to continue the conversation and point out sections in this particular performance that you want to talk about, please feel free. Use the comments section to build the community and to build the commentary that you want to forward about this particular performance, because I don't know all the backstory and I don't know the language, obviously. And with that, you guys know a lot more about this than I do, and I would like you to fill in some of those gaps and help me understand the song a little bit more. I understand the basics, but again, this is the community space is your space, and I want you guys to have great conversations, make beautiful connections, and really enjoy the artists that are on my channel and enjoy these performances and bring to the table the things that I probably missed. And again, that's the whole point. I'm not going to catch everything in 4 minutes and 56 seconds. I'm not going to. I mean, there are things that I listen for and things that I hear, and that's what I bring to the table. What you bring to the table is what you bring to the table, and when we bring it all together, we build something bigger than each of those parts. So please leave your comments below. Please enjoy your day. The sunshine is moving past, thank goodness. Um, and I'm going to continue on my day of reactions. And I do want to thank you for stopping by. And as always, be safe.